Hello, person who's viewing this video right now. Today I am going to show you how to create a realistic ocean in Blender. Yay! Remember to turn down cycles. Thank you for the person who asked me to make this. I don't know if he's watching it right now. And yeah, I think this is actually my first video that I created that I'm actually talking in. A tutorial that I talk in. So right now, basically, let's just jump right into it. So first, delete the cube like what I did. Add a mesh plane. Actually, let me turn on the screencast. Okay. Now, once you turn on the plane, you don't have to care about anything else. You don't need to scale it, anything. Just add a modifier. There are so many modifiers. This one is the one you have to focus on. It's called Ocean. Basically, it does this. Yeah. Okay, after you get the ocean, so I'll teach you how to what some stuff about the ocean is first. So geometry, this is generate and displace. Displace basically gets the vertices of the selected thing, and then later just keeps on just making it random. Don't do displace, because then you'll have to keep on doing subdivide like 9,000 times, and that's just not good. So in fact, do generate. Generate just generates an ocean quickly for you. So, and geometry, this is what geometry does. It just basically adds another one and another one. It just repeats them basically. Alright, the geometry repeat. The repeat repeats them. And a quick thing, just don't repeat too much because people start knowing the pattern. Like look, this place and this place, exactly the same. But if you repeat like this, look, it just looks too obvious. So I recommend a 2x2 because this is enough to look pretty not always repeating, even though it's sort of repeating. So usually I just do this. And oops, yeah, let me go this. Okay. And about this, if you want to make this bigger without repeating, use spatial size. It just makes this whole thing bigger without repeating. And then the smaller it is, it's like crumpling what is it? A paper ball. So the smaller the spatial size, the more crumpled it is. So like this, eventually it becomes like that. And the default is 50, just remember that. Over here is time. It's like the wave time. So back to 0. Actually about time, I'll teach you some stuff about time. So since Blender is, let's just add the time. I'm just gonna go right into the time. So over here, oops, wrong thing. Okay, that was sort of random. Okay, here, I'll add a timeline. Where's the timeline? Here, this is the timeline. So basically what you do to make this have an animation is get this, go here, press I. Don't press I over here because that's just not right. And go to like around frame 100 and put this at, let's see, like 3.5 seconds. I think this is good. And press I again, and then that's like keyframing it. So let's see. Yay, a really slow wave. And the reason for that is actually not because it's slow, but mostly because it is inaccurate. And look, it's starting out slow, it's getting faster, and it's slowing down. And to prevent this, I learned a really easy way. You don't need to use like some stuff like this to edit it. In fact, you can just do this. Go to video sequence, not in video sequence. Ha, I almost got myself wrong. Go to graph editor and you'll see this. This is why it's slowing and speeding. It's actually simple. Just press V and vector. There. Simple as that. Done. And now it is just like that. And if you want this animation to go on technically forever, like this, it's also really simple. Go to channel, extrapolation mode, and click linear extrapolation. And there, done. Simple as that. And now you can go back to 3D view and let's watch this. Yay! Now it's the same speed the whole time and it's sort of slow and it's going on forever. And yeah, I sort of made this a little slow. Okay, let's Alt I delete keyframe. Let's move this to frame 120 and that's 4. Oops. 3. And okay, so now let's watch this. Yeah, okay, good enough. So now, once you're done with this, here are this is what the waves thing does. So choppiness, it's what it sounds like. It makes the waves more choppy, but it doesn't actually make them bigger. You use scale for that. So here, like choppiness, let's put it on 4. 4 is the max. So look, now the waves look all choppy. Oh yeah, and about this, right now it looks sort of ugly because the resolution is 7. But the higher the resolution, the better the waves will look, like this. And that is how I made my video. Waves like that. Okay, so continuing on resolution, put back to 7 because the higher the resolution, like the laggier it gets. Oh, quick tip. Don't put the resolution above 30. Resolution around like 25 for final rendering, but resolution for preview, you should do for like 14, 15 to see like just a quick thing. Choppiness, I recommend you to set it on 2, like this. And scale, you can experiment with that, but the higher the scale, the more strange it looks. Like, ooh, weird. Okay, put this back to 1. And I think a scale of 2 is better, like this. Look. But this looks like a really stormy sea. I want to focus on a calmer sea, so I think 0.8 is good. Yeah. Small waves. This is actually the opposite of what it sounds like. The smaller the number for smaller waves, the larger the waves it is. The larger the number for phone call. Anyways, yeah, I just cut that off. I'm just gonna cut that off. Okay. So here. Stupid phone call thing. Hello? Oh. Okay, anyways, the choppiness basically does what it does. Small waves, opposite of what it does. Remember that. So the smallest wave, the higher you set it to, the less it is. Wind velocity. The lower the wind velocity, once the wind velocity is 0, look, there's no like waves because basically the wind velocity in Blender, it's supposed to just blow the waves. Like, yeah, I'm pointing at it right now, but you can only see the camera screen. So, not the camera, the computer camera screen. Yeah. And so, I think wind velocity of wrong thing. 2. Okay, never mind. 0.2. There. Never mind. 0.5. Pretty stormy. So, let's do -4. Oops. Oh, so the higher the wind velocity, the better it is. Oh, so that does the opposite of what it says. Whoa. So remember that. The wind velocity, the higher the number, the more smooth it is. And the lower the number, apparently in Blender, the more powerful the wave it is. It's sort of messed up, I know. So anyways, put the wind velocity negative. Let's do negative 25, I think is good. Let's see. Or just 25 actually. Just do wind velocity on 25, same thing. Now let's do wind velocity of 30. Yeah, wind velocity, 30 wind velocity. This one's good. And turn down the choppiness to 0.6. There. Now this looks a little like not peaceful, so let me scale this. Wait, oops. Let me zoom out. So then this looks a little more peaceful. Hopefully it looks a little more peaceful. And rotate. Oops. rotate. Oh yeah, also to mention another thing, move this sun to layer 2. Okay, good. And there you have it. Yay, an ocean. And now there's a lot more stuff like generate foam. I really recommend you using generate foam while you are rendering this scene, but right now we don't need to get into this. We get into the texture. And right now there's another call. You get into the texture. So the color, you should use like sky texture. That's what. And then later go to rendered. You can look at the rendered and see how you want the sky to look. So as for me, I did the evening sky. So this, it makes it look all pretty. Yay! And you can choose like to do, actually no, I'm gonna try using the bright sky for like the first time. So here's the bright sky, the normal sky. And as you can see, the waves look pretty okay. They're decent. You don't see any foam on them. Not really realistic. They look like cloth. Yeah. So to change that, you start using nodes. If you're bad at using nodes, then I can teach you. If you're good at using nodes, I think you probably already know what to do. So first, get this. Oh yeah, oops. First, use this. Turn to brush, new. Let's see, where is it? There's a one called ocean. Oh, here, ocean. Go here. Done. Texture. New texture. Click this button. And there, you get diffuse BDFF. Delete it. Oops. Don't delete the material output. Just delete the diffuse. Add a glossy shader. Don't add a glass because this won't work that well in glass. And put it all the way at the back because later there are gonna be stuff that we're gonna do that is gonna be a little confusing. So put it all the way at the back. And now add another glossy shader over here. Actually, flip this around and add a mix shader and put it here. Oops. Okay, so it should look like this for right now. And now add another one, So basically the glossy shaders, what they do is like they're sort of like glass, but then they're not really glass, they're glossy, because if it's glass then it'll look really ugly when the waves overlap. I don't see any waves that overlap right now, but yeah, once they do it looks really ugly. So for these two glossy shaders, get one that's almost black but not black, and get one that's white. Just leave this as default and turn the roughness to 0.1. Okay, now they're 0.1. And after you get this mix shader, add a Fresnel. Actually, not a Fresnel. Add a light path, right? No, layer weight. Yeah, add layer weight. And after you get layer weight, I think 0.995. No, 0.975. Okay, so 0.975. And let's see what this looks like. Yep, see, now it just suddenly looks much more realistic. So, oops, okay, oops. Okay, so get back over here. And after you add this, duplicate the mix shader, add in another mix shader like this. and let me see, put it on the bottom and add a, actually put this on the top, and then add a gloss, not a glossy, refraction. Where's refraction? Refraction over here. Okay, and now put the refraction shader over here. You can do all of this over here, but look how many things we just did, and some of them aren't even over here. So yeah, that's why you should be using nodes right now. And for the refraction, just leave everything over here. But for the fact, put it on point 2, I think. Point 2 is good, yeah. So let's view this now. No, it's too refraction-y still. So point 1. Let's see. How about 0.02? Yeah, this looks good. No, 0.05. There, that looks good. Yes, okay. So now go back. And there you have it, your ocean. But now, since you want to add foam, well, if you want to, then continue watching. So this is actually not that hard. So just click generate foam coverage. I recommend 0.01. It's like the best. And the foam layer data, just type in anything. I'm just gonna type in Bob. There. No offense to whoever, or maybe I am just, yeah, whatever. Just Bob. Okay. And add a input. Oh, oops, not input. Texture, color, vector, no. Script, layout. Wait, let me find it. It's somewhere here. Okay, attribute. Yeah, add an attribute over here. Add an. Okay, I'm just gonna type it in. Oops. Oh, it's not here. Okay. Okay, then I just have to do it the hard way. Here, attribute, there. Add an attribute, call it Bob, because that's what I called it. Or just call it the name of the foam name you want it to be. And now, after you did this, make another duplicate of this and put this over here. Move this. Let's move this all the way back there. Okay. And put this on the. Put this as the factor. And now let's see what this looks like. So it doesn't change really much. Yeah, it doesn't change much. And that is because we didn't add a color to this. So now to add a color, you go here. Oh, no, not here. There's a one called RBG. And get this, I have no idea where RBG is. Here, let me just see if I can. RBG. No? Ooh. Okay. Oh, over here. RBG. Under input, and place it over here. Let me undo that. Okay, add an RBG for here. This is for the color. Later on, you'll know why I put it over here. Oops. And now, get a hue saturation value and a ambient occlusion. So add a. Oh, another phone call. Okay. add a, where's ambient?
Yeah.
And now, wait, oh, I need to add in another mix shader. Oh no, I don't. Okay, never mind. Forget what I just said. Okay, add this, and a hue saturation value. Okay, yeah, add a hue saturation value after that. Actually, you know what? This refraction thing, you don't need to put that in. And why did I do this? Let me delete it. And over here, in fact, you can just get this mix shader, delete this mix shader, put this here. Okay, reattach it. Okay, actually, you can take this mix shader, use this as a factor, and add a hue saturation value set to 0.5. That's like the best one. And make this the brightest you can. Make this the color shader. And there you have it. I think this is pretty much all. So let's see if it works. Rendered. It's building. Oh, one thing to mention. The chop also affects the foam and stuff. So let me see. So over here, let me unattach some stuff. Actually, let's name this just foam there. It's easier to get the name and enter foam. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention that you should really do always is just save. Let's just save it. So I'm gonna just save it and I'm gonna delete it later. But this is a tutorial, so yeah. So as you can see right now, this is foam, and here, rendered. And over here, the foam should be appearing. Wait, let me see why it isn't. Actually, set this data thing, set the depth. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Okay, set the depth to around 260. I think this might help. And after you do this, you can add choppiness, small waves, wind velocity. Let me see. Where is it? Scale? No, small. I can't find it. Okay, and oh, okay, no, I got that right too. So over here. Oh, that's why the waves look a little clay, like clay. There, that looks better. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was just one thing. But I still have to find why there aren't any foam appearing. Oh, actually, there is. See, now there's foam. So yay, there's foam. And to look, it's sort of black right now, and this shouldn't be happening. Whoa, what the heck? Okay, that was really strange. Okay, so actually over here, you also add this color to, no, not this. Attribute. Okay. Huh. Oh, that's why. The choppiness is set to 0.6. Set this to 1. Because the higher the choppiness, the more foam you get. And now look, yay, there's foam. See all that black? That's gonna turn into foam. And just wait. La 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 la. And yay, now there you go. There's the foam. Wait, let me zoom it. And there. Right now it's sort of bright so you can't really see the foam, but you can sort of see it. It's all this really white things. I'll turn it to a darker time so you can see the foam more clearly. And see the white, all of the white is the foam. So there you have it, all the foam. Yay. And let me go back. Camera view. And one more thing. You want to make this look like more real-ish, so add another mix shader. Yes, another one. And add just input, shader. The refraction, the one I took out earlier. Just make it very little, like what I said before, 0.05. Yeah, that's good. And now we can look at it now. And this should be pretty much done. Yes, it's done. Okay, but there's still more to it. The world right now, I like it more when it's like more evening. Yeah, this looks better. So now once you're done, take this picture, render it. If you're a CPU like me, because I can't have a GPU, since I'm using an AMD processor, just set this to 16. This will render this the fastest. So 16. And over here, keep this because you're not done with this. There's still more to this. Yes, there is. And over here, go to sampling. You should just set it to pretty so render, let's set this to like, since this is more of a test, just 40. This will still look pretty good. And yeah, and now just render it. Render. Now just wait for a few more. And while I'm talking, there's something that I forgot to tell you and forgot to put in. It is this. So there's some like, see these stray like marks and dots? Those are called fireflies. And to just delete them, just click no caustics. That's all. And yay, now it's done. So now what you do is click over here and go to compositing. Whoa, this whole thing's changed. Well, it's okay because you can always change it back by clicking default and it's back to this. So let me exit out. Okay, so go to the compositing section now. And there. Now click on backdrop, use nodes, and no, not this. You this. Yes. Now click on this and press Shift Space. Wait, oops. Oops. Let me. I sort of messed up over here. Uh-oh. Okay, so now you add a thing called viewer. So I can't find it in the add node section, so just press the space bar. Yeah, just press the space bar and viewer, and then link to viewer node. Yes, there, and there. That's all. And now look, it looks sort of like clay and it's sort of ugly. So There are two things you should add. It is hue saturation value and an RGB curve. Those two can really change how things look. So, but first, what you do is go to composite. Rearrange some stuff. So composite, put it over here, render layers like this. There. And then add a RGB curve. First add a hue saturation. And actually add an RGB curve first, because then you can put it over here. And hue, okay, apparently it's not there. Okay, here's hue saturation. And put that over here. So now you can play around with it. So you can add more hue so it looks more strangely colored. I recommend leaving this on default so it actually looks more real. And saturation is how saturated the color is. So more saturation, the more like a comic-ish it looks. So yeah, this looks pretty good for me. Value, the higher the value, the brighter it is. The lower, the less bright it is. I like this. It looks nice and cheery. And now, for the RGB curves, you can just play around with this. So this is, this should be at, let me see, okay, it should be at 1, 1, right? Okay, yeah. This is at 1, 1. Okay, so for this, red, this is less, more, on the more, and this is on the less. So if you want this really blue and green, then go for this. And if you want your background to look a little strange, then go for that, yeah. But I recommend usually going for it like saving. So now for green, you want your ocean to look green. Oops, raise it up a little. Looks a little bright right now. Let me make this a little darker. And for blue, well, obviously this ocean has to be blue, so yeah, this looks really good. And now for the hue saturation, up it somewhat. Oops, actually go down. And now you have this scene, yay! And finally, once you want to start rendering it, go over here, render presets. You can just do some camera thing, and you can render the whole animation. And this is the output. Something like this. Yay! Okay. And that's pretty much all. And please subscribe to me.